Welcome back, ladies. I hope you're enjoying our 15-day prenatal yoga challenge. Hope it's encouraging you to get up and move your body. Really, really great for you, your pregnancy, and also for your baby. So today we're going to do a little bit, something a little bit different. This video will be a little bit more of a workshop type of video since we're really focusing on strengthening our pelvic floor, which is so important for all of us. Especially in 10, 20 years. I mean, right now you're already probably experiencing a little bit of bowel problems. You know, maybe you're peeing while you're sneezing or coughing. I know I am. Even when I'm laughing, I tend to. So, as we begin to go through these workouts, it's going to be very, very small movements to the point where you might not even see me move, okay? So really pay close attention to my cues and my directions. And yeah, we'll go ahead and get started. You could also do this. So great thing about pelvic floor strengthening is you could also do this at work, maybe on a bus, in public, because these are very, very small, small movements. Again, really, really important for us ladies, okay? Not just now, but in 10, 20, 30 years. All right. So you will need a block. If you have like a soccer ball or any type of ball, that works as well. Before we get started, I'm going to talk about a little bit of pelvic tilting. So that's basically what we're going to go through, okay? So I'm going to show you first. So if you've never done a pelvic tilt, if you're new to yoga, this might be completely brand new to you, okay? So basically, when we strengthen our pelvic floor, it's the lower abdominal. I want you to kind of think about when you need to pee, how you try to hold it in. So you're kind of squeezing this area, the pelvic area as well as the lower abdominals. So it's kind of like that, okay? Especially in these Kegel exercises that I'm going to go over later on. Now, the pelvic floor tilting is very similar to squeezing that area, your pelvic. So if you look at my pelvis area, my lower back, my hip area, okay, so pelvic tilting, okay, so I'm going into anterior tilt, so you see how I'm overarching. Then to posterior tilt, you want to do the opposite. You're actually lengthening the tailbone down and then focusing on rounding. So you're not actually rounding, but just imagine you're rounding the lower back. So the moment you tilt your pelvis, you should feel your core activate. Okay, so I'm going to do that a few times. You're going to arch your back, anterior tilts, posterior tilts, round, and squeeze your belly. Good. Arch, round. Okay, one more time. Arch. So now when you're arching, your abdominals is relaxed. And then as you tuck the tailbone, your glutes kind of turn on, your quads turn on. You find that hip extension, core is engaged. Okay, so it's that movement that we're going to focus on throughout the class. All right, so we're going to start on our backs. Before you lower down, grab your block with you and just place it next to your side because you will need it. All right, so once you're on your back, relax your head. Rest your arms by your side. For me, I'm just going to place it next to my shoulder so you could kind of see. Okay. Again, you might not see the movements clearly, but really listen to my cues. Okay. So when you're on your back, gravity is helping you. So it should be a little bit more easier to do this on your back when you're on your back. Okay. So same thing as I mentioned. I want you to arch your back. So you're slightly lifting the belly, lifting the lower back. So now the lower back shouldn't be touching the floor, okay? So you're gonna notice your core is relaxed. You don't really want to be in this position, okay? But now I want you to do the opposite. I want you to flatten your back. So now if I were to place a piece of paper, like slide a piece of paper underneath your lower back, it's impossible. It's glued under. So now that your lower back is fully glued, you should feel your core start to turn on, okay? And you could do this during your first, second, third trimester, really, really good after you have a kid as well. Doing these exercises is so, so important for us. Okay, so we're just gonna do that a few times just to kind of get used to the motion. You're gonna arch and you're gonna flatten. Okay, you should feel your pelvic floor turn on. Your lower abdominal starts to turn on. Arch, flatten. Okay, good. Now, if you notice your legs are working more, especially maybe your thighs, you're doing this incorrectly. Okay, so these are very small movements in your pelvis area, your lower abdominals. Your legs should actually be pretty relaxed. Good. We're going to do this one more time. Arch and flatten. All right. So now you're going to keep this flat back so your core is strongly engaged, okay? From here, there's going to be, let's say, 3 elevators. From your pelvis, I want you to inhale, lifting your abdominals up to the first floor. Pause. Inhale again, lifting up to the second floor, up towards your upper core. And then inhaling again, up towards the chest to the third floor. Okay? Then as you exhale, I want you to breathe it out. Relax. We're going to do that 4 more times. Inhale, flatten your lower back. Breathe in through the first floor. Pause. Inhale, breathe up through your upper abdominals. Pause. Inhale again, up towards your chest. Your lower back is still flat. And exhale, release. Good. 3 more on your own. Go slow. Don't go too fast. So the first floor, you should feel it the most in your lower abdominals. I recommend doing these pelvic floor strengthenings at least once or twice a week. You're going to thank me in a few years, ladies. Good. All right. So now, fully relax. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Awesome. All right. So now you're going to grab your block, your ball, whatever you have. Place it between your inner thighs. Now you want your knees and thighs still about hip width distance apart. Okay. So from here, you're basically going to do the same thing. You're going to flatten your back, squeezing your abdominals like you're trying to hold from peeing. Okay, it's that same action. Then, keeping that engagement, I want you to squeeze the block. Squeeze your adductors, engage through your inner thighs. All at the same time, still squeezing your lower belly. And release, relax. Good. 4 more. So tuck your tailbone first. Flatten your lower back. Squeeze your lower abdominals. Engage through your pelvic floor. Then squeeze through your inner thighs. And release. Good. 3 more on your own. So make sure you're breathing with it. If you're not breathing, you're holding your breath the entire time. You're just tensing up. And that's the last thing we want to do in yoga. And if you're tensing up, you think you might be working harder, but you're actually not. You're going to get tired more easily too. So it's all about the breath. So I got 1 more. Maybe do an extra one if you're already finished. Flatten your back, squeeze your lower abdominal, squeeze the block, and release. Awesome, good. Now keeping the block between your inner thighs. Retuck your tailbone to flatten your lower back. Suck the belly in up towards your lower abdominals. Keep this engagement. Then lift your feet, squeeze the block, come into reverse tabletop so your knees are over hips. Shin bones are parallel to the floor. Now as you exhale, lower and release. Good. Inhale, squeeze the belly, flatten the lower back, squeeze the block or the ball as you lift your knee and your shin bones up. Exhale, lower. Good. Really good abdominal work, strengthening your pelvic. We're going to do this 3 more times on your own. Make sure you're squeezing the block so the block should never fall. Using your exhales to lower and release. Inhale. Exhale. Good. I got one more. So I hope you're not going too fast. These are slow movements, isolating your muscles. Isometric small movements. Awesome. All right, good. Last one. Last one on your back at least. Keep your block between your thighs. Come back to reverse tabletop. Suck your belly in, flatten your lower back, and place your hands on top of thighs, okay? So now I want you to focus on, so your arms should be straight. You're pressing your palms into your inner thighs, or rather you're on top of your thighs, and you're pushing your thighs into your hands, okay? So I'm kind of shaking here. You should keep squeezing the block, holding here for 3, 2, and 1. Good, release. Awesome. I lied. We're going to do one more on our back with the block, okay? So from here, you're going to keep your feet hip width. Now, keeping your back flat, so you're tucking your tailbone, lower belly is engaged. Squeeze the block as tight as you can. Now, without actually moving your foot, so your feet do not move, but I want you to drag your feet out against the mat while you're squeezing the block in, while you're flattening your lower abdominals, okay? So now you're going to feel your thighs turn on. Your inner thighs are working, your glutes are working, your pelvic floor strengthening, your abdominals working. We're here for only 3, 2, and 1. Good. Release. Awesome. Release the block. Straighten your legs. And reach your arms over your head. Take a nice wall-to-wall stretch. Good. You're going to bring your hands behind your thighs and raise all the way up. Okay, and then I'm going to show you one more exercise. This is a Kegel exercise, and you could do this at work. You could do this on the bus, wherever you need to. Technically, it's whenever you're in a seated position. So let's say you're seated in a chair. If you want to grab your 2 blocks to sit on. Okay, so you're just going to have a seat. Okay, now I want you to just kind of focus on, imagine you have to go to the bathroom really bad and you're holding your pee, so you're squeezing. So it's that same area that we've been working on, the pelvic floor, the lower abdominal area. So you're squeezing as you inhale, squeeze, and as you exhale, relax. Do that as many times as you like a day when you're bored at work, taking a quick break. Again, most of you should know what I'm talking about when you're sneezing or laughing like me. You're peeing a little bit. I know it's a little too much, but we all go through it, ladies. So do these exercises every week. Strengthen your pelvic floor. And yeah, have fun with it. All right, if you have any questions, let me know, comment below. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for day 8. Have a good day, guys. Namaste.